Sakura DJ.
Konnichiwa, Neil Squad, your boy INCOG, back with another reaction video. And today for you guys, we are back on a Taco de Kun. I literally believe that's how you say his name. I'm sorry if I butchered it, but I believe it's a Taco de Kun's channel. It is called Day Simple Guide to Fate Part 2 Lore 101. So just like with Annie News, back at like the videos we did with him, he's like giving us like insight on the Fate series, I guess, for like the shirts and everything like that. It just in his different way, and I like the way he like does his videos, cause like this guy's like has an animated character of himself, like while he's talking and everything. That's pretty cool. I don't even know how you do that, but I need to learn how to do that like in the far future, maybe. I don't know. We gotta see. But yeah, and because I remember back then we did videos like on him, like his channel with like cards flowing down, but like describing like the lore of like certain characters and like their origins, and then either how they and then basically how they died or whatever, it was something like that. But anyway, guys, this video is 14 minutes long, so let's get right to it. So stop liking the video. It helps channel grow a lot when you guys do that. As well, it lets me know that you guys want me to do more videos like this, so it lets me know like, hey, keep doing videos like this. And also as well, hit the subscribe button if you guys came over here from the recommended side, or if you guys just can't come and just watch my videos on the daily when they get uploaded, just hit that subscribe button. Yeah, I think like we are 100 plus deep right now. We almost in the 900 right now. Also as well, hit that bell notification. Make sure you click all so you know if I have to make a future upload. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, and also as well, guys, what was up? Oh yeah, and go follow me on Twitch. Go hit that follow button on the Facebook page. All that stuff will be sure about down below. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into this. So play.
It's time to move on to the second part of this guide, giving an exceptionally easy to understand crash course on Fate's lore, which you can apply to most every work in the franchise.
Bro, how do you
There are
do this?
some
Make an anime
spoilers,
version of
so
yourself like
proceed with
this?
caution. No matter which work you pick up, you'll be experiencing stories of mages and their servants. Mages are people who can use magecraft, manipulating the physical world to do cool shit like command
Basically,
fire, corpses, reinforce objects, curse
basically
enemies,
servants.
preserve one's
Oh, not servants,
lifespan.
but other humans.
While this is certainly cool, there are some things mages can't do regardless of their heritage or training. Miracles like time travel, manipulating souls, and accessing parallel worlds are feats known as true magic. Mages can only use true magic by first reaching what is called Akasha, or the root. It's the point all life comes from and returns to. All of existence comes from the root, and if a mage can successfully reach this ambiguous space, they can emerge with one of the true magics. Because of this, the most prestigious mages have made it their goal to covet the root, but doing that isn't easy. For one, our planet happens to be alive with its own consciousness. It wants to protect itself, as well as the people inhabiting it, and worries that mages with true magic are too dangerous to allow. To stop mages, the planet implements what is called the counterforce, an intangible force that manipulates events, causing most mages to fail to reach the root. Another way the planet protects itself from threats is the Throne of Heroes.
Throne of Heroes.
Basically, the planet takes record of famous heroes, both real and legendary, and can summon them to defend
So basically,
Earth
like
from
there's.
danger. They are sorted by class, namely Saber, Lancer,
So basically a
Archer,
security system for the
Rider,
world,
Assassin, and
basically.
Berserker, though there are exceptions. Thus, the mages still coveting the root have to get clever, implementing complicated spells to confuse and bypass the counterforce. Turns out, the Holy Grail War is one of those complex attempts. An old mage family, the Einsburns, once got their hand on a true magic called Heaven's Feel, which let them materialize the souls of living beings. It could be used to allow souls to exist independent from their bodies, which helped in transferring a person's soul from one body to another, among other things. Over time, the Einsburn lineage lost their knowledge of this magic and decided to reach the root again to reclaim it. They got together with other mage families and created a multi-layered spell called
Greater Grail
and placed it in a mountain near Fuyuki, Japan, which served as fertile ground to conduct the ritual. They figured out that they could use the planet's defense system against itself. The heroes recorded to protect the planet could, in fact, be summoned by mages to do their bidding. These heroic spirits.
Oh yeah, mana is like
or
the
magical energy,
common
and the
thing
mages
to
believed that
how
if they
to
could gather
do it.
enough of that mana, they could force their way through to the root. So basically, this meant summoning and then sacrificing the heroic spirits for their energy. To mask this process, the ritual was structured as a war between 7 masters and 7 heroic spirit servants. They would fight to the death, tempted by the
And that's the
prospect of Grail granting them a
heroic
miraculous
seal,
wish.
I think that's what you call it.
Because reaching
On
the
the
root
hand.
requires all 7 servants worth of mana, mages would have to betray their servants to completely fill the goblet. Even so, the idea of just using that excess mana to grant a wish became tempting, and certain participating mages no longer cared about the root, causing the first 2 Grail Wars to pass without a clear victor. By the 3rd war, the Einsburns started to get pissed, losing all the damn time, so they manipulated the Greater Grail so they could summon a servant nobody else could, an Avenger class.
Oh
Wow,
wow, he looks cool.
By the name of Angra. In life, he lived as a part of a Zoroastrian cult that selected him to serve as the embodiment of all evil. They blamed him for all the evil things in the world, carving all manner of horrible curses into his
Wow,
body
that's
and torturing him to his
really
dying day.
really sad. That
Legend, he
doesn't.
truly was seen as all the world's evils, which you'd think would make for a badass servant. Nope. Turns out that Angra was defeated early into the Grail War, and when he got absorbed into the Grail, he wound up corrupting it, such that people's wishes upon
Like
the
with like
Grail would be
Naruto
granted
and stuff
in
like that, where like they
delicious
hate.
ways.
I mean, they would all say they
A
dislike that
wish for
person because
peace
of
might be granted by killing
what
everyone.
happened with them in their
Oops.
childhood.
For the following Grail Wars, most
You're
mages
stupid.
didn't know about the Grail's corruption, so they pursued it in futility. One of these mages, Shiro Emiya, wanted the wish for world peace, but when he found out about the Grail's corruption, he had his servant Artoria destroy it. Kiritsugu
Oh, I remember
Kyrielight,
that
however,
fight
fully
for them
embraced this
was
corruption,
lit.
causing a large
We
chunk
reacted
of
to that
Fuji to
before.
light up in a horrible fire. It isn't until the 5th Holy Grail War that our protagonist Shiro winds up truly destroying the Grail so it doesn't fall into evil hands. This happens no matter which plot route you experience. Despite corrupting the Grail, Angra himself isn't as horrible as his people made him out to be. In his final moments, he granted the wish of a dying mage, Bazette, keeping her alive in the form of a repeating dream world.
That kind of
The
sucks
Grail
though.
War
Keep coming back in
continues
a
at
dream
night,
world.
but is
That kind of
pleasant and
sucks.
happy by day. It's in this dream loop that most of Hollow Ataraxia takes place, and it incorporates elements from all 3 routes, such that any of them can lead into it. Eventually, Bazette is nursed back to health and decides to break
That's
free
cool.
from the dream world. In the aftermath, Rin Tosaka and Waver Velvet go ahead and dismantle the Greater Grail so that no more Grail Wars can be conducted. One confusing bit is that Archer from Stay Night is
Right.
actually Shiro Emiya from another
I remember that.
timeline, who pledged
That-
himself to the
that
planet to
Archer was
pursue his dream of
Shiro.
being a hero of
I
justice.
remember that.
After countless years of serving as an assassin for the Counterforce, he came to regret his choice and thought he could free himself of his obligation by killing his younger self. Thankfully, that's not how it works, and Shiro is able to rekindle his heroic ideals. Saber in both Zero and Stay Night is King Arthur. In this timeline, Arthur was always a woman named Artoria, who hid her gender while ruling as king. Regretting how her kingdom fell to ruin, she made a deal with the Counterforce on her
Oh,
death,
so
to become a
Saber's
heroic
King
spirit in order to
Arthur.
pursue the
See,
Holy
I did
Grail.
not know
She would
that.
use it to redo her
I did
days
not
as
know
king.
that.
After Zero,
Wow.
however, she felt completely unworthy of the throne, instead coveting the Grail so she could have someone else become king in her place. Unlike other heroic spirits, she remembers her various summonings because she's not technically dead until her deal with the planet is up. In all 3 routes, Artoria gives up her pursuit of the Grail, allowing her to go to her afterlife in the King's Utopia, Avalon. In the Fate route, though, Shiro, after becoming Archer, spends countless years trying to reunite with Artoria, and eventually joins her in Avalon with Merlin's help. Gilgamesh is a friggin' cheater.
I got my guy.
Hatched in Angra cursed mud, survived the curses, and reincarnated in the modern era. He's been using the mana drained from the Fire's orphans to survive, conspiring with Kirei to interfere with the 5th War. Elia and her mother Irisfeel are homunculi,
Homunculi?
created to participate in the Grail War. But they
So
also
Sig
serve
wasn't
as
the
lesser
first
Grail's vessel.
homunculus in the
Iris'
Fate
case,
series?
it literally meant turning into the Golden Chalice as the war neared its end. For Elia, those who know about her being a vessel can take advantage of her, like Kirei does at the end of the Fate route. In Unlimited Blade Works, Gilga just settles for ripping out her heart and using that as a vessel. In Heaven's Feel, things are more complicated because of Sakura. You'll learn from Zero that Sakura is Rin's sister, adopted into the Mato family since their bloodline sucks. She was prepared as a backup master for the Grail War by being molested
What?
by mage familiars called Crestworms. The family's elder, Zoken, has been around since the very first Grail War, prolonging his life by transferring his soul between bodies. Without Heaven's Feel, however, the process begins to degrade his soul over time. He used to care about the root, but is now too obsessed with immortality, putting his soul inside a nasty crest worm attached to Sakura's heart.
Yo, that's
At the end
disgusting.
of the Fourth War, the old crotchet took fragments of the
I wanna
Grail and
gag.
embedded them into Sakura, making her another potential vessel for the Grail. The freaky shadow we see is actually Sakura being corrupted by Angraminyu. The crestworms inside Sakura drain her mana, causing her to go into fits of lust. Her adoptive brother Shinji takes advantage of this to bang her, using his fluids to replenish her mana. This is also what happens when we see Shiro getting bit by a CG dragon, or Rin dreaming of CG dolphins. In the original novel, those were lewd scenes. Mana is stored in the balls. Not literally, but mages can give mana through bodily fluids. Stay Night has two different assassins because the war's caster
I have
servant
nothing to
Medea
say to all
realized
this
that since
that
she's
just was
technically
said.
a mage, she could summon her own servant. She was able to summon Kojiro Sasaki, but he could only manifest in one location due to the odd circumstances. When Zoken sees how much of a loser Shinji is during Heaven's Feel, he summons the true assassin from inside Kojiro's corpse. As for Apocrypha, instead of the Einsburns summoning an Avenger, they wound up summoning another class, Ruler, inhabited by a dude named Shiro Emiya.
That name is
He's a lot
hella
stronger
cool.
than Angraminyu was, but before he could win the Third Grail War, the Greater Grail was stolen by one of the participants, Darnik Prestone Yiga de Millennia. He took the Greater Grail to Romania and tried to repurpose it for his own needs, but ultimately wound up unlocking a hidden function of the Grail, forcing two factions of masters and servants to fight one another. Shiro Amakusa Tokisada, now taking on the name of his mentor, Rise Kotomine, leads his red faction against Darnik's black faction, hoping to use the true magic of Heaven's Feel to turn every living being into wandering souls without bodies. Shiro Kotomine has absolutely nothing to do with Shiro Emiya. Extra is essentially Fate meets the Matrix. Instead of the root, we've got the Moon Cell, which does most all the same things. It's on a timeline where the world is depleted of mana, so mages live on by hacking into the Moon Cell and living in its virtual environment, Seraph. Mages compete in repeating Holy Grail Wars to get the chance to access the Moon Cell's core, which basically is the Grail. Our protagonist is actually an AI made from a
It's
frozen
AI.
human on Earth, and at the start of the game they gain self-awareness. Nero, despite being called Saber and looking like Artoria, is a completely different character. Fans called her Red Saber before Apocrypha introduced Mordred, who was known as the
Oh
Saber
yeah, cause she
Red.
did look just like
Just do
her.
yourself a favor and call them Artoria, Nero, and Mordred respectively. They have completely different legends and personalities. While Extra's Rin is an actual human hacking into the Moon Cell, Extra's Sakura is an AI that functions as the school's nurse. In CCC, however, she is made self-aware and begins to fight the Moon Cell in an attempt to preserve the protagonist's life as well as her own. This results in her manifesting various forms, from BB, Passion Lip, Meltreless,
That's a
Azura Drop,
lot of
Violet,
different
and
forms,
Kate
huh?
Protea. While these characters appear in Fate Grand Order, they're not really a part of Extella and Extella Link. Lastly, FGO takes place in a timeline that more or less branches from the Fate Stay Night one. Basically, the mage Lev Liner is the key difference. In FGO, he becomes one of the demon gods, setting off humanity's incineration. In Stay Night, Lev figures out he'll become a demon god and kills himself before it happens, completely avoiding incineration. The summoning scene in FGO is completely different than the Greater Grail or Moon Cell. Rather, it is technology invented by Chaldea called the Fate System. Unlike the Greater Grail, the Fate System is capable of summoning and maintaining various servants at a time. Also, the servants in Fate Grand Order sometimes have very vague memories of their experiences in the other timelines. Avisebron, for instance, remembers being a complete
Huh,
jerk
Master
to his
Roshi?
Master Rocher, and is glad to
Yeah,
make
DZ.
amends by
Just
helping
saying.
Chaldea. This is what I mean when I say that Fate is a multiverse where everything is canon. I feel like this information will be of great help to anyone just starting out with the series. A lot of characters, after all, like Kirei, flat out lie to you about what's going on. While it is for dramatic effect, I personally appreciate having this kind of knowledge. Thank you for taking the time to watch this introductory video. As you enjoy Fate, if any questions emerge, feel free to check out the pinned comment and video description for a link to my Type Moon lore playlist. There, I have many videos that go in depth with almost any of the works presented in this one. Also, feel free to ask any questions you have right here in the comments below.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So, I might have to check that pinned comment and look at all that and just look into some more of the stuff for Fate. and get more information on it. So yeah, I'm actually gonna probably look that over and see what I can find, and let me know what you guys want me to react to after this, because one of my subscribers actually wanted me to react to both part 1 and part 2 of this video from Otaku de Kun. So we could be back on this guy's channel. So like I say, guys, this one was Day's Simple Guide to Fate Part 2 Lore 101. So I'm actually gonna start editing on these videos and start rendering them out. So I should be able to get part 1 out tomorrow once I get back, and do part 2 the following day, hopefully, if everything goes right. But yeah, guys, so like, subscribe on the video, hit the bell notification, make sure you click all, so whenever I have to make a future upload, and go follow me on Twitch. Without further ado, it's me, boy INCOG. I am out. Peace.